Hello everyone, in this lesson we will be covering count function and its descendants. Countif function, Countifs function, countblank function and count function. Now, count function is used to count the number of cells between two ranges that contains numerical data. Count function doesn't count the cells that containing string data. Let's look at the count function with some examples. I have a little table here with my employees and informations they got. Now, and several tasks here. Now, first task. I want to know how many employees are in total. Now, I'm writing equal sign and writing count and selecting my function and clicking tab, value 1. I can select several ranges. If I can select this range and closing brackets and press enter, I have, as you can see, 18 employees. Now if I use, for example, count string data and close bracket, and when I press enter it returns 0 because there is no numeric value in this range. So next task. Now I want to know how many female employees I got. Now to count this I have to use Countif function. Countif function counts the number of cells within the range that meets a single criteria that you specify. Criteria can be either for numerical value or string value. It doesn't matter if it's numeric or string. Now I am writing equal sign count if. I am selecting my function and clicking tab, and I'm selecting my range. This is my range, gender, and writing my criteria, female. And when I close my bracket, pressing enter, as you can see I have 9 female employees. Now let's look at next example. How many employees in sales department? This is similar to task before. Writing count, selecting my function, clicking tab, selecting my range. Now I am selecting my department range, writing my criteria, sales, closing my bracket and pressing enter. I have 12 employees in sales department. Now next task. I want to know how many female employees in sales department. Now I have two criteria here. First is gender and second is department. Now for this I have to use Countifs function for multiple criteria. Countif function only counts the number of cells within the range that meet a single criteria. On the other hand, Countifs function counts the number of cells within the range that meet multiple criteria. So I am writing my function Countifs, selecting my function, clicking tab, criteria range number 1. I am selecting gender, criteria. My criteria for gender is female. Now criteria range number 2, I am selecting my department, and second criteria is my department and it is sales. I close my brackets, and when I click enter, as you can see I have 6 female employees in sales department. Now next task. I want to know how many male employees got less than $300 as a bonus. Now I have two criteria. First is string criteria and second is numeric criteria. Now enter, Countifs, selecting my function, clicking tab, criteria range number 1. I am selecting my gender, and criteria for my gender is male. Criteria range number 2 is my bonus, and criteria number 2 is smaller than, less than 300. So because it has smaller than or bigger than sign, I am enclosing this in semicolon. Now it's smaller than 300. Now I'm closing brackets and pressing enter. As you can see, I have 6 male employees who got less than 300 as a bonus, as you can see. Now next, how many employees didn't get bonus? For this value I will use countblank function. Countblank function counts only those cells in a range that are blank. Now I'm writing equal sign countblank, selecting my function, clicking tab, and there's only one argument for this function and it's range. Closing my brackets, pressing enter, 0. As you can see, everyone got the bonus. For example, if I delete 1, there's 1, and delete second, there's second. Let's return them back. Now our next function is counta function. Counta function counts the number of non-blank cells. For example, suppose I don't have this column, and I have several blank here. Now if I want to do my first task again, I can't use count function, because for that I have to use the bonus. In the bonus column there are empty cells, so I can't use count function. So I have to use count function for the department. As you remember, it returned 0. So I can use counta function that counts the number of non-blank cells. It will count every cell that has any value in it. Let's try it. Equal sign counta, clicking tab and selecting my range. I am selecting the department range, closing brackets and pressing enter. As you can see, I have same result as before. Now that's all for this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Have a nice day.